Onegaishimasu. Okay, make sure you have enough room around you, please. Stretch yourselves out as far as you can. Be as big as you can and start to twist. Twist as far as you can. Turn your body as far as it will go. And make the biggest circles you can make. Sweep the mat or the floor with your fingers. Reverse direction. All right, now hang straight forward. Backs of the legs stay straight. Knees are locked out. Look tall. Stretch back. And down. Up and back. And now straight over to the side. Hand slides down to the ankle. All right, feet together, please. Rotate the knees. Turn to the side, stretch. The front leg stays straight. And pivot back to balance on the heel. Try to keep your balance without putting your hands on the floor. Inside of the leg. The foot is flat, the leg is as straight as you can get it. Pivot now into a lunge. Your front knee is up. Your elbow comes down to the mat. And then pivot again, balance on the knee. Lean into it. If you're feeling particularly limber, okay, that'll challenge you a little bit further. All right, splits. Start to ease your way down. Support your weight. Don't lean forward too much. Let your weight settle evenly over your hips. And then easy, set yourself down. Sit up straight. Grab your toe. Over the top. Switch. Switch. And down the middle. Exhale. Hang out there for a second. Come back up. Exhale. Use your fingers to walk yourself forward a little further. Hang out there for a second. And come back up. Okay. Feet together in the middle. Pull down. And up. And down. And up. Slide your feet out. Elbows to the mat. And up. And down. Get those toes stretched out, back and forth. Foot massage. Tapping. Rotating the ankle. And go to shake. I don't know about you guys, but I've been spending a lot of time barefoot. And I was just thinking, me stretching my toes like this, it's probably a good idea if you're running around barefoot in the summertime. Because if you stub your toe, maybe your toes will be a little more flexible, loose, capable of kicking things they're not supposed to and surviving. Good, rotate the ankle, and good shape. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. Let's get the shoulders rotating like you're swimming. Okay, now the backstroke with this. Okay, and then across your body. All right, and now the neck. Okay. So now wrist stretches. Okay. So I'm gonna get a little closer here. I know I'm cutting my head off, so you can see my hands, hopefully. One hand down, grab on top. Okay. Stretch up. Ichi, ni, san, shi. If your wrists are really loose, make a fist, and that will give you a better, tighter stretch. Switch. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, palm faces you. All right, reach around in front of it and grab the thumb. This thumb goes here between the knuckles. Okay, I want you guys to be repeating as I'm counting. Twist down. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. And the other side. Palm towards you. Grab the thumb, knuckles. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. And now Sankyo. So thumb on the belly. Grab the knife edge. This thumb pushes on the thumb bone. Okay? So we're gonna go from 10 to 20, okay? So we did ichi ni san shi go roku shichi hachi ku ju, ju ichi, ju ni, ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju roku, ju shichi, ju hachi, ju ku, ni ju. Other side. Let's do that again. Ichi ni san shi go roku shichi hachi ku ju, ju ichi, ju ni, ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju roku, ju shichi, ju hachi, ju ku, ni ju. Okay, shake them, shake them, shake them, and now palm up. Grab the fingers, and you're going away from you. So now we're going to do 20 to 30. So we did ichi ni san shi go roku shichi hachi ku ju, ju ichi, ju ni, ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju roku, ju shichi, ju hachi, ju ku, ni ju. So now it's ni ju ichi, ni ju ni, ni ju san, ni ju shi, ni ju go, ni ju roku, ni ju shichi, ni ju hachi, ni ju ku, san ju. Other hand. Ni ju ichi, ni ju ni, ni ju san, ni ju shi, ni ju go, ni ju roku, ni ju shichi, ni ju hachi, ni ju ku, san ju. Okay. All right. Because there's a fair amount of advanced people here tonight, and so I'm gonna work on a couple of more advanced techniques. But first, we have to do triangle ankle. So stand in a good hanmi. Extend the wrist forward. Remember, not the fingers, if you were here the other night. Extend the wrist forward. Step off the line. Move your body towards. Curl your arm. Step around. Left side. Wrist points out. Okay. Make sure you're not leaning back. Don't be afraid of the person. You're greeting them. It's like you're walking towards them to say hello. Okay. Have a forward feeling in your body. Move towards your hand. Step off the line. Curl your arm. Turn your head. Bring your foot around. Okay. You're holding the pizza like a fire hose shooting out of your fingers. Final ankle. Ki-ai. From the belly. Belly breathing. Okay? And so now, morote dori kokyuho, you're offering your arm thumb down. Partner grabs forearm, controls the elbow. So the elbow's pushing down. I can't get towards you. You're not letting me do this. So instead of going this way, I have to go this way. So step off the line, drop your elbows, turn, kokyu, drink, or it's the sword, right? Sword, drink. Turn your hips, point your belly button, where your partner's falling, lower your arms. Morote dori kokyu hold. 1, 2, 3, feet together. 4, slide back. Turn, lower the arms. Okay, so making sure you're getting your feet correct here. Let me see that. Maybe I'll just do it this way, it's easier. So I got my right foot forward and my right arm forward. When I do 1, I don't change my feet other than getting off the line. 1. Now all I'm doing, I was in right side hami. Now I'm just going to turn left side hami. Okay. Right side hami. Step off the line. Pivot. Left side hami. Now when I raise, you can see my feet come together. And then I'm still in left side hami this way. Just really, really wide. And turn. So left foot forward, left arm forward. Get off the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, kokyu. 2, keep your knees bent. Don't stand up when you do this part. Keep your knees bent. Okay, remembering that when you throw here, it's kokyu, morote dori, kokyu ho. So it's not kokyu nage, or it's not kokyu, it's kokyu ho. That means you're studying something about how the breath unifies with the body, and you're not touching your partner with your hands. You're not grabbing them. All you're doing is taking their balance with this elbow here. And so I'm turning. As I raise my arm, I'm the attacker. My chin goes back like this, and now my balance is taken. So when I step in to bump, all I can do is fall down. Morote dori, 2 hands. All right? So let's review what omote waza and ura waza is. So you can see my feet, hopefully, right side forward. Omote waza, I go across and in front. Left side forward. Omote waza, across and in front. The front foot moves across and the back foot drags after it. Same side. Right foot forward. The front foot lunges forward and the back foot follows. Now, as I'm grabbing the elbow, part of the secret here is instead of trying to push down on the arm, I'm just turning my body. And when I turn the body, I'm using these strong muscles in my hips and in my thighs. Okay? I'm not doing this with my upper body strength. I'm going to lose. But if I keep this in front of my center, here's the elbow, here's the wrist. If I turn the hips, then I'm drawing the uke out from their balance, and it's not a strength competition. Now, when you do urawaza, you're turning, and you're turning beside them and behind them. So the back foot steps in first, toe to toe. I turn my hips and get the arm in front of me, and then come around to the pin. 1, 2, 3. Put on left foot forward. Left arm forward. This is the elbow hand. I'm stepping in at the same time. Toe to toe. Grab the elbow. Grab the wrist, grab the elbow. Turn the hips. Okay. Person's losing their balance, and right as they get ready to lose their balance, reach for the floor, turn, put them down. Your knee goes right in the armpit. Right foot forward, right arm forward. Left foot and left hands moving together. Grab the elbow, grab the wrist. Turn the hips. Come around. And then. Okay. So maybe if I use this, you'll be able to see, okay? Here's your cut with your arm, okay? Here's my block. You're cutting with your right hand, like this. I'm catching it. So this is your elbow right here. I grab your wrist. As I step in, I get that elbow. Bam, right into your face, okay? Boom. Now, turn. The elbow has to be in front of my center the whole time. Look, here's my center. Come around. So the elbow puts the shoulder down, and your knee goes down where the shoulder is. Then the wrist comes down for a solid pin. Keep your head up and your toes curled up underneath you so you can hop up fast if you need to. Now, Nikyo, the second technique, has something a little strange in it. Instead of grabbing the wrist, you are going around the wrist so that you can grab the hand. Okay? It's kind of like going around the wrist so you can grab the hand. Kind of like that. If you're a beginner and you haven't seen this before, all I want you to do is do what we've been doing before, but instead of grabbing the wrist, you're going to make a circle with your hand. You're just going to go like this. So the Nikyo Omotewaza looks like this. Grab, continue forward. Okay? So, Shomeruchi, Nikyo Omotewaza. Boom. Okay, you guys who are a little bit more advanced, if you got a weapon or a jo or whatever, just cut down and let the weapon go around your thumb. Do not do it like this. Okay, keep your hand like this the whole time. Okay, cut down and up. Cut down, let it go around your thumb. See, I'm working this side of it more. This side works more than this one does. But you don't really see it. This is sort of the sleight of hand in the magic. You're looking over here because this looks fancy. Here comes the hand, you block it. Here's the elbow. You cut down, and so here's the magic, watch. Pushing the elbow over. Meanwhile, I've got your wrist now. I can jam you down into the ground. Okay, watch this side. Here, down, around. So if you're just practicing without a weapon, it just really looks like this. Okay. Okay, and the way you're grabbing the person's hand is like this. Like this. All right. So Nikyo Omotewaza. And generally, you'll be safe if you pin, okay? If you come down, now here's the arm. The shoulder's down here now. I've got a hold of his wrist still here. Okay, here's his elbow. If you switch hands, okay, and then go to here, that's a good pin, okay? You can also let go of the arm and grab your own gi like this, and come across from the pin here. I prefer to hold on to the wrist the entire time. To me, that they can't slip out that way. Now, Urawaza is a little bit more challenging. Okay, you start here, and instead of coming to the elbow, I can't think of any basic technique that in the Ikkyo, Nikkyo, Sankyo, Yankyo series where you don't go to the elbow except this one. So as you step forward toe to toe, you go to the wrist. Go to the wrist. Now, I'm going to still cut down with this hand. Okay, so I've got the wrist. Here's the hand right here, right? I cut over it. Now, I have this end like this. Okay, and as I bring it up, there's the zigzag. Okay, and then put it right on their collarbone. Remember this? Pinky towards the face. Okay. So I grab your wrist, I come down and get your hand, bring it up to my collarbone. Easy. Hips tilt forward. Okay, other side. Step forward, back foot, toe to toe, grab the wrist. Bring it down all the way in front of my center and bring it back up. Make the zigzag with the person's arm. Nikyo down. Okay, here it is. Okay, come up, grab. There's the wrist. Okay, here's the hand. Boom. Nikyo. Okay, now what happens is I can let go here and get their elbow, which is down here. Okay, and I bring them out onto the ground. Okay, and now I can do the same thing as I did before. Nikyo. So you guys who are up in the vicinity of blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, red belt, okay, Nikyo is one that you really need to understand and really need to learn. Sankyo, I think, is actually a little bit easier. Yankyo, maybe even easier than that. But Nikyo is pretty complicated. So another variation that you'll need to know is, besides Shomenuchi Nikyo, you'll need to do Kata Dori Nikyo. Okay? So Kata Dori is when I step forward and grab your shoulders. Okay? If you have on a heavy jacket or a shirt, I can grab you. Otherwise, this is like somebody big coming up to you and grabbing your arm. Okay? And we've done this a lot in the dojo where I'm big, I have a big hand. You're little, I can put my hand all the way around your arm. Come on, kid. Okay? And this is the one where we go up and over and punch down. Okay? So if I'm grabbing you, you come up and over and punch down, and that makes me do it. That's Nikyo on me. So if you've got the shoulder grab, first things first, you step off the line and you cut away and realign your hanmi so you don't get kicked in the groin. Here, boom, and you atemi. Atemi is a startling punch. Once you atemi, grab the hand, push up on the elbow as you're stepping forward for omotewaza. Here you are, and then you can go down. Right side, step off the line, cut. Like if there's another opponent here, bam. Okay, but it also helps me move my hips this way, sideways. Now realign. Let me step back so you can see my feet. Okay, off the line, and then realign your hanmi. Don't stand there like this. You will get kicked. Off the line, realign, atemi, reach across, grab the hand, come up under the elbow. This will get free. Bring it down into Nikyo Omotewaza. Okay, let's do it this way. I've got my right foot forward. Your right shoulder is getting grabbed. This one cuts. Okay, so you switch from right side hanmi to left side hanmi. And you punch, back fist, bam. And once again, right foot forward, right arm forward, cut with the right arm, atemi with the left. Reach across with the left, grab. This comes up under the person's elbow as you power forward, keeping the same foot forward as you had before. Same side again. Right side forward, right shoulder getting grabbed. Off the line, change hanmi. Punch, grab, move forward, lunge with the front foot, get the elbow here, get it free, come down. 1, 2, 3, 4. The front foot stays forward the entire time. After I switch, so here it is. Now it's just like Shomenuchi or any other omotewaza. Okay? So when you do the urawaza, the beginning is the same. 1, 2. Now from here, the only thing that changes is now you're going to the wrist again and you're switching feet. but now you've got it right where you need it already. Boom. Okay? So they grab here, you step off the line, cut and atemi, you grab here, right? Now, as you're turning, you do not pull it off of your wrist. I mean, off your shoulder. You want to keep it there, actually. So you're just grabbing, and as you turn your hips, the arm and the wrist will turn with you, and you can grab the wrist at the same time. Switch your feet. Make sure the partner arm is a zigzag. Okay, kind of like this. Put that hand right here under your clavicle, under your collarbone, and smush it. Smush the hand and the wrist into that spot. Smush it. So honestly, what's happening is the hand is being, this part of the hand is being squished into your chest. Once it's secured there, then all you need to do is tilt your hips forward a little bit. Because when you do that, it's going to make my hand go down, and it'll really make a powerful Nikyo. Okay, so kata dori, Nikyo urawaza. 1, grab. 2, 3, grab the wrist, switch your feet, get the zigzag, apply the Nikyo. Now, let go with this hand, grab the elbow, circle it around, and they'll fall right on their face. And you can come down here, switch the hands, and pin. Okay? So that's Nikyo from Shomenuchi and from Katadori. So it's Shomenuchi Nikyo Omotewaza and Shomenuchi Nikyo Urawaza, grabbing the wrist, not the elbow, the wrist. Okay? So you only grab the wrist on Nikyo Urawaza. That's the only one. Okay? All right. So I also want to work a little bit more on Shihonage, okay, which we were working on the other night. And so it'll be more practice for you guys who are a little bit lower belts. But I'm going to do a different attack this time so that the more senior belts can respond to that. But first, I really want you guys to be thinking about and trying to understand what Shihonage is. All right? And in order to understand that, we can talk about the riai, okay, the relationship between the sword and the taijutsu, the body arts. So when I'm stepping with the sword, I have a chance to, as I'm getting off the line, I can cut sideways, right? I wouldn't just want to leave this without an attack here or a response. I want to keep you away from me, and I'm using this movement of my hips to cut sideways. Okay? But I'm also turning because I want to cut you again. Right? I cut, I'm stepping through and under the sword. I'm cutting. Okay? I cut, I step through and under. Spine, keeping it in front of my forehead, and cut. Show it this way. Cut, step through, under, cut again. So if I'm the attacker and I'm like stepping forward to cut, woo, stepping forward to cut, I get cut here. Okay, here comes the sword across me. Whoo, it's going up as I'm turning. I'm coming down. Oh, I got cut. I'm turning, and then my second cut comes here. So I'm attacking you. Ah, I get cut here. And I'm like, oh, and then I get cut here. Okay? I know that's kind of dramatic and violent. Samurai swords are that. But what's cool is that we are taking this centuries old, perhaps millennia old weapon, and all of the sense that it makes as a killing machine. And we are using it, using all of those principles in a way that's not going to kill somebody. Because if you're grabbing my wrist, okay, pretend now I don't have the sword. Okay? Just pretend I don't have the sword. When you grab my wrist and I step off the line, as I step forward, now this is your arm now, okay? As I step forward, I've got your wrist in my hand right here. I come under, it's the exact same movement as with the sword. And then I can throw. Okay, here it is. I just got grabbed, right? Without grabbing you, off the line, cut, cut. So, the saying is, when you have a weapon in your hand, train as if you don't have a weapon in your hand. And when you don't have a weapon in your hand, train as if you do. Okay? So, here it is. I get grabbed. I grab them. Okay, there's the wrist I've got to hold up. Here's the arm. I'm coming up and under. Oh, look, here's the other arm. I've got their left arm here. Here's their right arm. They want to punch me. Block it. Step under. Keep it in front of your forehead. Come down, and then this front foot that's forward has to stay down the whole time. And I have to really bend my knees to stay solid and stable. Partner is laying here now. If I'm like this, they can kick me in the face, in the stomach, pull me off balance. So I have to turn this way so the back of myself is facing them. Now, Shihonage is not a pin. So when we're training this way, it's a little bit of a misleading thing. Because when I bring you down to the mat, I'm not holding you here. That's the only thing that's for, is to train in a way so that you're finishing the cut. Okay, so once I have the person here, if I just stop here, if I'm the person getting thrown and I get stopped, I'll be like, thanks, you're not throwing me. Okay? But if what I'm used to doing is cutting all the way down to here, when they do that to me, look, okay, whoa, I'm going all the way down to the ground. Okay, with all of that momentum. Now, when we do it in the dojo, you would wait for me to get here and then get my elbow going up so it's a signal for me. And then when I lose my balance, I'm just going to sit. Okay? Well, if you're holding on to me, it would look like this. Okay? Oh, you're holding on to me. Oh, you're facing me, I grabbed you and threw you over me. That would reverse you. Or you're facing me and I kick you right in the stomach. Or punch you right in the face. Instead, you turn away and look towards the camera. So the only thing I'm punching is the cushion back here. Okay? Shiho nage. Ichi, ni, san, shi. 4 directional throw. Nage is throw. And so we've only done one of the Shiho nage directions. Okay? Essentially, if I'm facing you right here with my right side forward, the first cut is that way. Okay, so, well, the first Shiho nage. I'm here, I turn, and I cut there. Okay? So that's to your west. Okay, I cut west first. Or I throw west first. Okay? Then I'm going to throw south. So it's like this. Cut across, toe to toe, pivot all the way around, and I throw south. Okay? Next one. Okay, I'm going to throw north. That was south, west, and south. So this one is another omote waza, except instead of throwing here, okay, I throw here. And that's a much harder throw for the uke to handle. Okay, the first one, I fell this way. Okay, the second one, I fell this way. This one, I'm falling this way. Okay, and that's really hard on the shoulder. The invisible nage just hurt my own shoulder. Okay, and then finally, it's even a harder one. You're east. Okay, so here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You cut straight forward here and cut that way. So those last two are a little bit advanced, but I wanted to show you what Shihonage is. 4 directions. And we normally only do 2 because the last 2 are considered more advanced and a risky thing for an unexperienced uke. The uke is the person who falls, okay? Ukemi is falling, rolling. If you hear me say practice your ukemi, that means practice falling down. But it's more nuanced than that. It's a little more like practice your blending, practice moving with. So ukemi is also me grabbing you really strongly, but then being able to be, letting myself be moved. Okay, it means grabbing you strongly and then not just letting go too soon. Being a good uke means being really, really present, engaged, connected, but without being a bully, without misusing your power, without overpowering your training partner. Because guess what? If I do that, they don't learn anything. So think about this. As a good uke, you're grabbing strongly, but you're moving with the partner just the right way so that they can learn. So the saying is, you always train to the ability of your partner. You always train to the ability of your partner. So if I'm training with any of you guys, I have to train to your level. Okay, like your job, you're thinking I have to train to the ability of this partner. That's great, because you can train to your very limit, because I'm going to be fine. But I have to come down to your experience level so that you're not hurt. Okay? All right. So that's Shihonage. And I might as well show this to you as well. Shihonage is also a thing against a Jo thrust. Okay? So if I'm thrusting at you, here it comes, you're thrusting at me, right? I get out of the way. You're over here, so I'm coming to the inside. You're standing over here holding the Jo, like this. Okay? Yeah. So I'm over here. If we have a stop motion photography back, quick get over here. Okay? So as you come in, I get off the line. I keep my hands out of the way, but I immediately grab here and grab here. Okay, this is where one of your hands is, or right in here. Okay, but you can't control out here. I've got leverage. So I step off the line, push in and under with this hand, and come under just like I did with the sword. And essentially what happens is this. I do Shihonage fall. Okay? Shihonage, because the Jo comes all the way under. I can also go on the outside and do Shihonage Urawasa. So it doesn't matter if it's a sword or a Jo. The Riyadh and the sword taking and the weapon taking still remains the same. You've heard me say before that O-sensei took the elements of Aikido from all of the old samurai traditions. And although samurai did duel 1 against 1, okay, most of their fighting arts were battleground techniques. Okay, there was the naginata, which is like a 10-foot long spear, which would be used against somebody on a horse, like for mounted cavalry. And then if you were one of the cavalry, instead of having a regular sword, you would have a really long sword. So you could just swipe as you're riding your horse through. Then they had, chains that they would swing and use to, catch people's weapons, all kinds of things, armor. But a battlefield is melee. There's really there's no battles like that anymore, formally. So there's enemies everywhere, potentially. So when you're able to do Shihonage, you're able to turn and look and see wherever you need to, okay, and cut in different directions, no matter which way no matter where people are. You can throw them that way. Okay? Shio-nage has a lot of the philosophy of situational awareness and 360-degree awareness. Okay? When you do hakogiri, that's 8-directional cut. Okay? So we're going to do kokidosa first, and then we're going to finish up with that hakogiri one time, so that you get to kind of integrate some of that. Okay, so before I sit down, I just want to talk about sort of a little closer up how you are moving your hands when you're doing Sawariwaza Kokidosa. So you're offering your hands strong, like the same kind of fire hose feeling that you have when you do Taino Hiko. Okay, but your thumbs are up. At least with this basic one. There are other ones where your hands are pushed down, pushed together, whatever. But here, it's palms facing and thumbs up. Like we're holding a big beach ball or a watermelon, okay? I say watermelon because that's heavy, and you have to put energy into that, besides like a beach ball, okay? Boom. Now, do not raise it, right? We're not raising it. We are rotating it, okay? Rotating it. And look, my hands are staying facing each other. I don't do this, okay? If I do this, I drop it. Such Sensei would say, don't show your palms, okay? So here, boom, keep your elbows down, rotate. And if you do it correctly, if I'm the grabber, my elbows go up. I'm grabbing hard because as you do this, it changes the angles in these two bones. That's what this kokyuho does, okay? Because my bones are changing their positions and rotating, it forces my arms into this position where my elbows are up. And so I'm no longer in control of you. And now you can take my balance, okay? That's how it works. See, radius and ulna, I can never remember which one. Okay, and so the grab is here. And so you can see, as I do kokyu, this part stays the same, okay? But this part is rotating. And if the uke is really grabbing strongly, there's nothing that, he can't do anything. His arm is going to turn, or his elbow is going to go up. And if it doesn't, if he starts to loosen his grip, get out of there and run away, okay? This is only if your partner is, if your attacker is committed. So, rotate. Once the elbows go up, you can pick a side. If I'm going this way, this one comes over top of the outside wrist, and this one pushes towards the chest. So, this one's coming over the wrist, this one's coming towards my chest. My balance is taken and I fall on my back. Okay, so you can practice this, you guys. Go out in the garage and get a soccer ball or a basketball and just take it inside while you're watching TV. Just do this. Just do this over and over and over again. Okay? Maybe you write something funny on it and you stand there in front of your brother or sister and you boo, boo, boo. Okay? If you drop it, you've done it incorrectly. Also, we don't want to be touching a lot of the doors, handles, whatever. When I go through a door, inevitably I will push. Well, I'll push just with the knife edge, and I'll push through the door that way. I don't touch my face with the knife edge of my. Okay, so I'm not touching anything with my fingers. Push this way. Okay, that's a strong thing here. Shuto, that's a knife edge. Okay, kokyu. There's a really cool picture of O-sensei doing kokyu against a tree. I'm gonna have to find that for you guys. And you can do that as well. Okay, you can do it against a wall, a door. Okay, put the knife edges of your hands there and just push your body forward. Okay. Kokyu. It's really important. All right, a few seconds left in the class, so if you have a weapon, that'd be great. If you don't really need it. Okay, we're going to do hapo-giri, the 8-directional cut. Hopefully I won't break my leg. Let's see. Yeah, I should be pretty careful. Okay, so Starting with the right foot forward. First thing you do is step back, step forward and cut. 1, pivot, 2. Now my left foot is going to move here, and then cut behind me. 3. Pivot again, cut behind me. 4. Now my left foot moves again, pointing to this corner of the room, and then cut behind me towards that corner. 5. And now back again this direction. 6. And now full 90 degrees over to point at this corner. Pivot back, cut here, pivot again, cut here. That was 8. And then all the way back to the beginning, pivot, and slowly cut down to finish. So the 8 cuts are in all directions, the cardinal directions and the in-betweens. But there's also this idea that like there are 360 degrees of cutting all around this. Okay, so if you can do the 8, you are also aware of the other ones, and you can cut to the other ones as well. So in other words, nothing can sneak up on you. Or you have some assurance in your own spirit that if anything surprises you, you'll be able to turn and take care of it because you know how to turn and stay balanced and address something from any angle, from any direction. So that's part of what you're practicing when you practice Shiva Nage or Hop. Okay? All right. So, warimasu. Let's bow out, please. So look, this is important, okay? How you sit down and bow is part of the reigi, okay? It's like this etiquette, okay? So here, and then here.